So we started yesterday at Renaissance West, and as impressive as it is to see what happens in a single site when the work is done, it's even more compelling when you look at the cumulative results of what everybody in this room is doing. The long-term goal for Purpose-Built, of course, is that the cumulative impact of what you all are doing, and we're very clear at Purpose-Built that you all do the work, and our role is simply to help you do that, but the cumulative impact of what you do becomes a driving force behind policy change at the state level, the local level, and the national level that allows more of these developments to happen. That the cumulative impact helps foundations to understand that this is the single best return on their investment that they could ever imagine, and that the cumulative impact of what you do will ultimately change the way that people think about poverty. Because just as we all believe that poverty occurs as a result of place and the dysfunction of a place, then the solutions have to be place-based as well. So the video that we just watched provides a great visual sort of story of the work that you all are engaged in. And what we'd like to do now is go through, they give me the boring stuff, is to go through the numbers of what all this impact looks like. So at the highest level, one of the ways we measure impact is simply how many people are doing this work, how many network members. And we are thrilled that in the past year, we've had 2 new efforts, wonderful efforts, join this work, join the network. And we want to take a minute to formally recognize those folks right now. So first, the team from Houston, Connect at 6800 Bel Air. Where are y'all? Stand up. Come on. It's hard to imagine a stronger group of partners coming together to lead an effort like this. Jay and Debbie Sears have led this effort and brought together KIPP Houston, Legacy Health, St. Luke's United Methodist Church, the YMCA. It's a very strong team, and we expect lots of wonderful things from y'all. These numbers next year will go way up because of y'all. And secondly, second network member from Columbus, Ohio, Partners Achieving Community Transformation, or more easily, PACT. Where's our PACT group? Please stand up. All right, and you'll want to quickly sit down because everyone in this room is going to be jealous of you all. This is one of, I guess, 4 groups in America that actually got a Choice Neighborhood Implementation Grant, which everyone else is trying desperately to get. We think this is, Choice, of course, is a wonderful program that has achieved wonderful things, but we all believe that there's a next level that can happen in Choice neighborhoods, and this group from PACT is going to take us to that next level. So we've added 2 new network members this year, and you can see since we got started in 2010, we've doubled the network of members. I had to break up a fist fight last night between folks from Oakland and Orlando about who would be the next network member, and you don't have to fight. It's not like we have a cap each year on how many can join. So there's room for everybody, and I hope we're up here next year talking about 3, 5, 10 new network members. So housing, part of the way we measure our impact is how many people are living in these new higher quality communities, all in mixed income housing. You can see that there were 330 residents added, new residents living in high quality mixed income communities because of this collective work last year. That's an 8% increase over the time when we were standing here last year. The number of units that have been developed over the 5-year history of purpose-built has increased 70% since we got started. And we've got the good news is that there is new construction, even better news, new construction underway in Birmingham, in Omaha, even here in Charlotte. So there's many opportunities to expand this over next year, the coming year as well. Education obviously is critical. We added more than 600 students in what we call our educational pipeline this year. And over 5 years, the impact from the expansion in the educational programs being offered has increased 4-fold over that time. Behind these numbers, there's some great qualitative stories as well. So for example, in Spartanburg, the Cleveland Academy won an award last year for being in the highest 15% of schools in the state in terms of growth in academic achievement. And they were the #1 growth school in their district. And then in Indianapolis as well, the K-8 school there is ranked in the top 10 schools within the Indianapolis district. So it's not just about numbers and how many people, but it's also about the quality of what's going on in those schools. So early learning, and the rest of this morning is really devoted to how critical early learning is to the results that we achieve in these communities. Right now, all together here, we represent early learning academies or programs that serve 650 0 to 4 age children. And one way to look at that is our partners at LIFT, the Low-Income Investment Fund, have come up with this wonderful tool of quantifying what that impact is. And that's something we all struggle with here, and I would encourage you to go look at this social impact calculator, because it will translate what you do into a dollar benefit to society at large. And they do that not just for early childhood education, but for all kinds of programs, whether it's housing or whether it's health care. It will translate that for you and help you make your case to funders and other people. In this instance, 650 children in high-performing early childhood education translates to $110 million of benefit to society. So we're just at the very, very early stage. This represents a tremendous opportunity to increase the impact of what we're doing. Community wellness. We have a number of new projects that have come on this year. And HealthNet at Avondale Meadows in Indianapolis now has 900 patients that they are seeing in the healthcare, in the clinic, in that community, using that benefits analysis. This is just in the past year. They've just opened, and in the past year, that translates to almost $1 million of impact. In Spartanburg, we've got the Healthy Food Hub opening in the next few weeks. And then all of us realize around the table that this is a partnership effort. It takes a lot of people to make this work. We actually now have represented 175 partners that are deeply engaged in your work across the network, and that's up from 159 that we had last year. So we're increasing the number of folks who are involved in our work. And then lastly, another way to look at what's happening and measuring our impact is to see over time how many people are interested in what we're doing. Because remember, we really started from ground zero 5 years ago. Our first conference was in New Orleans. We had 8 communities represented and 115 people. And then the next year we went to Indianapolis, and those numbers increased to 18 communities and 190 people. And then we went to Atlanta in 2012, 27 communities and 223 people attending the conference. Last year, we went back to New Orleans. We were up to 38 communities and 317. And now, as you can see this year, represented in this room is leadership from over 45 neighborhoods and cities across the country who are either actively engaged in this work, committed to getting into this work, or exploring whether to implement a purpose-built community. So it's been tremendous growth over 5 years.